The Select by IDs feature in OpenPoint allows one or more features on the map to be selected across multiple feature classes. This is done by copying and pasting global IDs into the Select by IDs window. So first off here, I'm going to get a list of global IDs. And so you may be able to do this through running a report. So in this example, I ran the features missing CPR district, and it came up with a number of hits. And what I want to do is I actually want to take a look at all of these different fuses that popped up, so then I can go and make changes such as adding the district to it. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy these global IDs. And so the key thing here is finding a way to be able to get those global IDs onto the clipboard so you can just copy and paste. So you can use a product like Excel to do this. It could also be in Word. So here's an example of some global IDs that are just listed in Word, or even something like Notepad. So as long as you can do a highlighting and copying to the clipboard, then you should be able to get that into OpenPoint and use the Select by IDs feature. So let's go back into ArcGIS Pro. And I'm just going to go up here. I'm already on the OpenPoint menu here, and I'm going to click on Select by IDs. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to then right-click and say Paste. So those are the ones that I had previously highlighted and copied in Excel, and I'm just going to say Select Features. Before I do that, notice how right now in the Attributes window we don't have any features selected. As soon as I select Features, it's going to locate all of those features and it's going to select them. So right now I can see that they are selected by looking at the attributes window, but I can't really see them on the map. If you right click on the heading up here, in this case bank, and then say zoom to, then all those features will be displayed. It'll zoom out to the correct level to do that. So most of these fuses are actually showing up as these black squiggly lines here. And the ones that are selected are the ones that are in the magenta. So these ones all down here is a bunch selected and a few over here. So a lot of times what I like to do when I'm actually inspecting some of the results of the Select by IDs feature is I will first maybe zoom out like I just did to kind of get a feel for what I selected, and then I'll go into a certain zoom level. So let's say I went into 750, and then I'll right click on the first one and say pan to. So now I kind of go right to that particular fuse. Here it is. And if I wanted to, I can do things like, change some of these attributes that are below here. I can go on to the next one and change the next one and continue on like that. I can also do things like show the construction units window. And if you notice here, you can see there's a construction unit here. As I'm clicking down, you can see that it's changing and it's updating itself to show the construction units for that particular feature that I clicked on. Same goes for assets. This one isn't going to have any particular assets associated to it, but say you had like transformers, then you'd be able to see the transformer information or say meter information as you click through this list. So just kind of a quick way of being able to do that. So in this case, we need to go and look at these districts and change them to be the correct district. So if it happens to be that these were all in the same district or a bunch of these were, I could actually click and highlight several of these at the same time and then select the district here if I wanted to do that, and it would then modify those across all of those. So now as I click here, you can see those would all change to District 11. So there's a number of things you can do besides that. Anything where you have a selection of records, of features at this point, you can then operate on those individually or as a group. The key is really, finding queries and reports and tools that provide you with the global IDs that you're trying to find, and then using the copy and paste into that Select by IDs option up here to be able to get those results.